In this video, we will introduce how to test the voltage blocking overcurrent protection relay by using PONOVO's power test state sequence module. This is the simplified logic block diagram of voltage blocking overcurrent protection relay. This is setting value of voltage blocking overcurrent protection relay. This is wiring connection between PONOVO's relay test set and the protection relay. Now we open the power test software. Test module in basic package state sequence. State sequence means the fault is divided into several states to describe. Click OK. The test process includes two states, the pre-fault state and the fault state. First, let's test low voltage blocking setting value 70 volts. The 70 volts is line voltage, then the phase voltage is 40.4 volts. Pre-fault state is normal voltage. Next, let's set trigger condition. Trigger condition means the end of pre-fault state, start to enter fault state. Trigger condition includes time plus binary inputs, menu, GPS, and low value. Time trigger means test state will last for the time defined here, and when this time is over, the current test state will be switched to the next one. Time plus binary inputs means test state will be switched to the next if any one of the condition is met. Binary input means fault status comes immediately after binary input senses the trigger signal. Menu means test state will be switched to the next one if we press button F3. GPS means fault status come immediately after GPS pulse signal is received. Low value is valid in DVDT and ramp. When the variable reaches the trigger value, it switches into next state. In this low voltage block test, we choose manual trigger mode. Click Add button to add a new item after item 1. Change name pre-fault to fault. Set VA, VB, VC 42 voltage separately. IA, IB, IC 3.6 amps separately to meet overcurrent requirement. The trigger condition is binary inputs. Let's start test. PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay doesn't have trigger signal output. That's correct because setting value 42 volt is higher than 40.4 volts. Then we change the 42 volts to 39 volts. Let's start test. PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay output trigger signal very soon. The time is 1.7658 seconds in this simulation. Now let's test a negative sequence voltage block function. The setting value is 6 volts. Negative sequence voltage is 6 volts when VA equals 39 volt, VB equals 57 volts, VC equal to 57 volts. Let's set VA is 40 volts, then the negative sequence voltage is 5.67 volts. Let's start test. PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay doesn't have trigger signal output, which is correct because 5.67 volts is less than 6 volts. Then we change 40 volts to 38 volts. Now the negative volts is 6.33 volts. Let's start test. PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay output trick signal very soon. The time is 1.9826 seconds in this simulation. Here the negative volts is 6.33 volts, which is higher than setting value 6 volts. That's correct. Now let's test the overcurrent function. The setting value is 3 amps. Let's set VA 30 volts to meet negative voltage requirement. One phase or three phase are less than 3 amps is okay. Here we set 3 phase is 2.9 amps. Let's start test PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay doesn't have trigger signal output, which is correct because 2.9 amp is lower than 3 amps. Then we change 2.9 amp to 3.1 amp. Let's start test PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay output trick signal very soon. The time is 2.5777 seconds in this simulation, which is correct because 3.1 amps is higher than 3 amp. Now let's test action time. The setting value is 0.8 seconds. In action time testing, under value is 0.7 times of setting value, then low voltage is 28 volts to meet the low voltage block requirement. Over value is 1.2 times of setting value, then overcurrent is 3.6 amps to meet the overcurrent requirement. Let's start test PT circuit alarm on relay recovery. Press F3 button to trigger, then enter fault state. The relay output trick signal very soon. The time is 1.7136 seconds in this simulation. This is action time test method. Now the voltage block current protection test is finished. Very easy and efficient. If you have any questions or need inquiry, please kindly feel free to contact PONOVO.